guys, how you doing? This is Manga section. I'm here to bring the review for One Piece manga chapter 1000. 100. We are finally here. And now, right off the bat, I'm gonna make some people click off this video, but I'm just here to be honest. I'm just really here to be honest. This chapter did not meet my expectations. I'm not saying that it was a bad chapter. I am just saying that it did not meet my expectations, and that's my fault. I set a high bar. My bar's universal. My bar was universal heights. So boy, it's my fault at the end of the day. Oda could have lived up to my expectations. He could have even exceeded my expectations. But I had universal heights in my expectations. So at the end of the day, I disappointed myself. So it's not a bad chapter. But didn't live up to my expectations. So yeah, we start off this chapter finally after a many look, listen. It has been ages. Part of me actually wants to go back and count the number of chapters that Luffy has been running. But he finally, by the end of the chapter as well, he's finally at the top. But at the very beginning of the chapter, he's at the stairs. So very little minimal running from Luffy within this chapter, on screen or off screen. And that was a good thing. That was that was a good start. As we move on, we have the Marco stuff, Marco the taxi service stuff. As we knew that he was bringing Zoro up there. I don't think I ever mentioned that I thought Zoro would throw. I mean, Zoro, that Marco would throw Zoro up there, but I had the feeling that he would, and he essentially does do that within this chapter. So after that, we have Yamato still talking to Momosuke and what's that ninja's name? I forget the ninja's name, but the conversation really did interest me because it is the first time in a long time that this has been brought up. So cast your memory back to the Ace Saba Luffy flashback where there's that bit where Luffy shouts, I'm gonna, and the seas take over, we can't hear what he says. That is brought up within this chapter. And now when Ace drunkenly tells this to Yamato, and he's like, whoa, I shouldn't have said that. Don't you dare laugh. Yes, I know I laughed at him, but I won't take that crap from anybody else. And what really intrigued me about this bit of the chapter is the fact that Yamamoto cried when she heard it. And now I don't think it's something as emotional as that. But I think the main reason why Yamato cried was the fact that these words that Luffy said that we still yet to know about was also spoken about was also spoken by Gold Roger, sorry. And now when we find out this within the chapter, going back to the whole thing where people think that Luffy's just gonna end up being the reincarnate of Gold Roger, and I'm personally not a fan of that, and I feel like if that was to happen, it would ruin the whole series for me. So that thought kind of got in there and kind of made me a bit funny about that whole situation. Kind of hating that whole scene within the chapter, but it did make me think, oh my gosh, what is this thing? And now we do get us. It's more than we had before. It's more than we had before of a hint of to what this thing actually is. And now, based on what Ace says, he says it comes at the end of his dream. So whatever this thing is, it's gonna happen after he finds the One Piece. And then yeah, we see the rest of the Yamato Ace flashback, him knowing about Reverie cards for the first time via Yamato. He gives the piece to his Reverie card to Yamato, and then he goes on about his adventure. So Luffy goes up the stairs now. He goes up the stairs, finally makes it to the roof. Last body to the party because Kid's already there, Killer's already there, Zoro is already there, and Law is already there. So we got the five of the worst generation. Now, if you did not read my expectations video, you would not know how happy this makes me feel. Because I have always said that I want it to be all of the worst generation present against Kaido to take out Kaido. So to have five of them there present right now, staring down Kaido and Big Mom, I'm very happy to see this. And now, for me personally, my favorite bit of the chapter comes after this, straight after this as well. I know some people might like the final blow, the first hit, but for me personally, there's something I like more about Luffy noticing his friends fairly injured. I don't know, we can only confirm that Kinemon is not dead because he spoke of in the chapter, but the rest don't say a word and they look fairly injured. Not to say that I think that Oda would kill them all off, but yeah, back to my point. The fact that Luffy would see his friends in need and just walk past casually, that there's nothing to worry about at all, past to Yonko to see if his boys are okay. There's something I like more than that, than him hitting Kaido at the end of the chapter. Maybe one, because we've seen it before. I don't really care. I know we've seen it before. I know there's a text that hurt him. And I know this tech probably did hurt him. Because he's probably now using the Rio when attacking Kaido. But there's something I like more about him walking past casually. So yeah, that happens. He walks past casually, sees his boys are okay, says, you know what, just we have Kinemon who's basically ashamed that he could not defeat Kaido on his own. Luffy's basically like, you know what, just leave this to me. I got you. Just leave this to me now. And then we have Luffy asks Law to take the scabbards to safety, just room shambles to them to safety, and that's where he goes on his attack. We get the first hit from to Kaido from Luffy within this chapter. So with a new move, the Gum Gum Red Rock, and now I'm assuming that this is Ryu based. We know how adamant Luffy was to learn Ryu, how he felt that it was needed to beat Kaido. So to think that this move doesn't have Ryu infused in it is a bit of a what are you on kind of thing. But that's it. That's how we leave the chapter. And then him stating to Kaido and Big Mom, I'm going to surpass both of you and become king of the pirates. Again, good speech. Good speech. But we've heard Luffy say this time and time again, and it's not a surprising thing for Luffy to say. So for me personally, those are probably the three. Well, for me, the highlights of this chapter is the whole thing with what Luffy has said, and that goes what just said it before. The him walking past the hit, and then him claiming to Kaido and Big Mom that he will surpass them and to be king of the pirates. Those are the four major things that happen within this chapter. I don't know what your favorite one is. Maybe the hit to Kaido, but for me personally, it is the fact that he was able, the fact that he had the confidence to just casually just walk past Kaido and Big Mom to see if his boys are okay. So, like I said at the very beginning of this video, did not live up to my expectations, but still a good chapter. I'm going to give it a 4-star rating and call it review. Like always, guys, must give you your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.